Hello everyone. You may have heard a little while back that Google and Automation Anywhere announced a partnership. Given their comprehensive ecosystem of cloud-hosted services and infrastructure, it naturally made sense for Google to partner with the leaders in cloud-enabled automation. So I thought I would build a solution to highlight how easy it is to bring some Google services together with automation via the Automation Anywhere platform. In this video, I'm going to show how to build a chatbot in Google's Dialogflow platform, which can interact with a human to identify what they want, and then trigger a digital worker in the Automation Anywhere platform to immediately follow up on their request. How about that for customer service? The general flow of the solution will be as shown here. A customer will go to our website, which in this scenario is a bank website. The website will have an option to interact with a chatbot. The chatbot understands intent from human speech, so it can work out what our customer wants. The chatbot will collect some information from our user, and via another Google service, Cloud Functions, it will reach out to the Automation Anywhere control room, which is hosted in the cloud. Through the control room, it will trigger a digital worker to run some bot logic to satisfy the customer's request. The control room sends the bot logic to a computer within the bank's network that's waiting to perform tasks. That's our digital worker. Because it is inside the bank's network, it can access all systems, whether internal or external. Finally, if required, our digital worker can notify a human worker and involve them in the process. Before I begin showing you how to build it, let's actually take a look at an example solution. So here you can see I've mocked up a bank website, and here's the widget showing the chatbot embedded. So let's begin talking to the chatbot. We'll say, I want a loan for a house. And as I submit that text, it works out the intent, matches it to the new mortgage application process, and starts the process of asking me the questions. So let's jump ahead a little bit. Okay, you can see it's been asking me some questions here. I've been filling out the details. I provide one of my account numbers, and notionally it might send out a text message to my phone, and I'll enter in the confirmation code from that message. So once I enter the code here, it's going to trigger the bot on our bot runner. So let's enter this, and then I'll quickly jump across to the bot runner screen, and we'll see what happens. So unfortunately I don't own a bank, so what I've done here is just mock up some actions that our bot is performing that would be notionally processing a mortgage application, and I've sped this up a little bit here for you to see the sort of things that it could be doing. So our mortgage processing bot has finished its work. As you can see here, it's notified the customer that a human worker, one of the home loan consultants, will be in contact. Notionally, it could complete that application right on the spot there, but what we've done is we've reached out to a human worker through our workflow capabilities here, which in fact have been embedded into the Salesforce interface. This is one option to embed these capabilities into your workflow or customer management applications. And I can easily pick up that workflow entry here, assign it to myself, see all of the details that have been picked up both from the application and from the customer's details that have been picked up within the banking systems, and then my home loan consultant can review this, perhaps pass it on for further review, or go ahead and approve it on the spot right there. And that could trigger another bot that goes and completes those documents and sends them out to that person for signing. So let's see how we can build that end-to-end solution. The first step is to map out what your chatbot will do and how it will handle the conversations. It doesn't matter what tool you use to document this. This step is just about planning the various functions it will provide, what information it will need, and where it can get that information. This will guide the questions that your chatbot will need to ask. Also consider what the chatbot should do if it cannot understand or handle a request. One solution is to redirect the request to a human user, either via the chat panel or another contact method. To begin building the Google side of the solution, you will need to set up a Google developer account. Once you've logged in, navigate to dialogflow.cloud.google.com. I already have a chatbot set up, so your window will look a little different, but you should see an option to create a new chatbot agent. Select the correct time zone and take note of the project name assigned to your agent. You will need this later on. Then click on the button to create your agent. The chatbot will have a default welcome intent and a default intent to handle unknown responses. You can edit these as required to suit your needs. Here I am changing the default response for the welcome intent. You can enter multiple responses so that your chatbot doesn't say the same thing all the time. You should then create new intents to handle the various customer requests that will come through. Here I'm creating an intent to understand when a customer is asking for a new home loan. Give your intent a name that explains what it's used for, then enter a variety of phrases that a user might use when making this request. You don't need to enter every possible phrase, as this list is used to build a model that will also pick up similar phrases that mean the same thing. Then, in the responses section, you enter the different responses you want to use with this intent. When the chatbot asks a question, you can branch your chat logic in different directions using follow-up intents, as shown here. I'm going to branch depending on whether the customer is ready to begin to answer our questions for the mortgage application. If you need to collect data from your user, you can set up the variables and associated questions in the Actions and Parameters section. These will be the values that we send to our Automation Anywhere digital worker when we trigger the bot logic to run. You will see how we can capture and use this data soon. Next, I'll create a follow-up intent to handle when the customer responds with no. You can refer back to your plan of interactions to make sure you have every base covered. This will also help you with testing, as you can ensure you test all of the possible routes through your chatbot logic. Speaking of testing, you can test your chatbot at any time with the handy utility on the right-hand side of your screen. Responses to questions are saved in a JSON structure as you interact with the chatbot. You can view the JSON that is built up by clicking on the Diagnostic Info button at the bottom of the screen. We can extract values from this JSON and send them to Automation Anywhere when we want a digital worker to run some bot logic. Now there's quite a bit more content to get through, so I'm going to end this video there. Check out video 2, which I'll put a link to in the description of this one, and that'll take you through the rest of the build process. Thank you for watching.